Good morning. Coming to you live at 0900 hour and 19 minutes on Friday, July 3rd, 2018. I wrote on my title board, teamwork. What is true meaning and definition of teamwork? And I put works. I put works because if you truly have a team, it works. And we're gonna challenge and So I'm going to add, like when I say challenge, today I'm going to define what is the team and what is the work. As we covered within yesterday, I was stating how if you have a relationship, any type of relationship, it requires a owner, which is the two people. You're the owner. You're looking to provide your organization, so your family together. You want a partnership where you two can trust and now believe because I'm believing in you to do what you can do on that floor. So, and if we are working together from each step, so I'm not going to categorize you and just say you're that. So if we're going by the team aspect for the guys on the floor, I'm believing in you to take that shot. Not even so much make it, because the first part is execution. And people in the relationship aspect, as I'm using sports analogy, the we are expecting you to perform how you're normally going to perform. I expect you to treat me good, to respect me. The attributes you already came in. That's why I drafted you. That's why I was scouting you. That's why I was watching you. Like what we do, you watch the gentleman. I watch the lady. We go out on date. So when you go watch that person, it's like you're on a date. And then as you move forward, you're courting that person because you just don't put anybody in your team. Not with a mature you, the adult, the person that's supposed to be the better you. I'm speaking from the better you. I'm going to go over a lot of other aspects of life or negative, false perceptions, myths, because it's not the whole truth. So you speaking from not the whole truth, you're lying, false narratives. We're not going to get the whole truth because you can say, well, I'm not that great of a man. Well, why? What happened to me? I'm not making an excuse, but what happened? Now, if that person, so myself, can buckle down and be like, okay, I know what I've been doing wrong. You have to see the wrong first. You have to see the negative that's outside of you. That's not part of me. Why am I doing this? So a team works. So within the team, you have a whole bunch of just players. So you have just a whole bunch of people. And each person is specifically brought in to do a specific duty or job. They're gonna hold you're gonna hold them accountable and responsible because their interaction and how they interact with you. Okay, you fit the team. So I'm gonna use a sport analogy. I'm gonna do also use basketball because it's the shortest. Football on the field on offense and defense is 11 people. Then you have the referee. That's you got 52 people on the team. See, which in basketball, I can only have 15 people. So I would rather go with that aspect because you can't really use boxing or golf because that's more. You only have like two or three people making your decisions, and you're the person making your main decisions. So we're gonna use that, but the team works. We're gonna start off with the three-time NBA champions the last 4 years because I was use the Patriots. I'll throw them in there as well. What make them a great team? It's not it's individual players, but then you got now let's start from the top, the ownership. All this time he's sitting up there, he's providing the funds and the opportunities for the team to be a good team. Now you got the general manager. He hired him to oversee why he's not around. So then you got the coach. He's managing the team. Then you got the coach assistants that's helping out. So you got the coach assistant, you got the trainer, then you have the scouter, and then you have the other guys in between that's like, all right, work on this, you got to work on that. They all getting paid a certain amount. This was making the team. And then now you got the players. Now everything there, you got the teamwork. Now the works. What is working? What is each person doing to make sure this works? And it don't take science to show that you are doing good or why you're winning. And if you don't understand that, now let's take for instance. Now I'm gonna go down to the players, which we always get. We're gonna give credit to the players, which nobody gave credit to the organization of the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr is the head coach of the team. He's the manager of. Okay, they hired a general manager and all the staff, but Steve Kerr still have to manage all the staff and talk to the general manager. The general manager doing a small part, but the coach. That's why in baseball that he's called the manager. He's not called the coach because even though you have a general manager, and that's why they get paid a little bit more as well. And basketball got to see that basketball is still operating under that tree or that branches instead of paying for your individual job. So you don't have to. The guy don't have to worry. Because I had watched the video. Watch the video. It's called, as you can YouTube. It's called RSA Animate Drive. And you can see how the team work and how they put the work in before the team even come together. So with that being said, before the team come together, you have the guy that is centered around. It's not, you would think it's called the center. It's centered around the center, which is true and then not. Your center is centered around the guy that you give the most room to make error for. And on most teams, which I would even say too, is the point guard. Because the point guard and the center are the two most important roles. Your center don't have to be a scorer. He just has to be a rebounder in this era and give you them putback layups and dunks and get the ball back out to the guys that can score. So within the Golden State, you have the point guard. He don't have to have all the attributes. I'm not saying that he never learned a lot of all of the attributes that you need to become a great point guard. He's great and he became a specialist. So when the team saying that, and this is how a team works, is when you say, "Oh, we a team." No, how are you working together? You saying you having a problem and you cannot fix the problem. You're not a team. Teams, there's no way. So that's why guys get traded and they get moved around and get waived. Again, you bring in new guys because you either gonna add on to the team and make it work, or you gonna take guys off the team like, well, this don't fit the team. But the team has to find a structure, not a construct. It's not a trick. It's a structure which is gonna lead you to more wins, better opportunity, better chances. So in life, what are you doing in life that is leading you? And the reason I'm recording, or doing lives, because it won't record. I'm not going to download a format video. I'd rather do a live and then just let it save and then add it to my playlist. That's what I'm doing. So still reach and contact me at 716-259-3565. I'm going to start off with most of my videos now. 716-259-3565. That's my WhatsApp. And then my regular email, ILLISTIC, the number 2 at gmail.com. Did I give you my phone? Okay. Then it's ILLISTIC USMC, the number 2 at gmail.com. 716-259-3565. It's the WhatsApp number, my regular phone number. I'm not changing it, so it's going to be there for a while. So, and then you have my email. So that now you're as a team. Now you're a team with in a regular lifestyle relationship. How is your team working? Because you got works, you got working. Working is actually doing, and works is actually the performance overall. If you say now, you got to remember, I don't care who you are. I am single. I know how to cook, clean, take care of my finances. I'm creating my finances, and I'm building my finances. But if But what you're going to see, I'm not going to go into that. What people just see now is the small part because they're not in my bank account. I'm not going to hand you my like, oh yeah, this is what I got. No, I'm not going to tell you that. It's because I'm the way it look like I live. I live like that for a reason. That's what I'm comfortable with, and people got to be okay with what they're comfortable with. Then when you come together as a team, you're going to be okay with each other comfortability, their ability. Like you conforming, yeah, because I am conforming because I'm gonna like you don't want this picture frame here or this stand. I want to put the stand here because we're conforming. That's what conforming means to me. Like I'm not gonna take the stand out of my house and just say I'm gonna bring this weird sculpture in, and then we're gonna sit there and be like, well, your sculpture there, but not my. I can't have this stand there. That's actually the sculpture is not even useful, but you're comfortable. But I'm not going to be comfortable because you want to remove my stand. Let's place it somewhere else. Let's come to a calm. See how you calm? Not a con. You're not tricking nobody. See, calm. It's coming over each other, bringing together, communicate, complete, bring together. So when you con, it's a trick. I don't want no cons in my relationship. So you come together. So on this basketball court, you got the point guard. Okay, he's not that big of a guy. He's not that tall, but he's tall enough. He's at least 6'2", 6'4". So now what he doing? He's like, okay, wait. He have a good ability. What type of player can I bring to him by his side that we gonna cover up? We're not gonna hide him. We gonna cover because it's a calm. It's teamwork. I'm bringing them together because I'm trying to complete my team. So in the completion of the team, the next position, the point guard is called the one guard. The two guard is called the shooting guard. I'm showing you this is why they're successful. See, you got success, but they're full. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you another aspect about teamwork when you don't have that structure, but it's still a team, and you can still make it work. Because this is what a lot of us are working on. This is why in relationships you can see a tall, statuesque African. I'm going to use African American or Negro based on the law for now. African American woman in America with the smallest Asian dude with no muscles, no body, no figure, and he's not even handsome. And she's just like supermodel is like the epitome of just beauty. And you can see that. You looking at that, wow, that's another type of team. That team would be the other team, would be the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're like, wow, this thing could go together. But hold on, they got a championship together? Like, how they do that? And I'll tell you how that type of team works. Because it's going to be two types. There's only two. Because you're only working. You're not trying to put, because even in that team type, you're not going to put together what's not going to work. You're going to keep trying and keep doing and doing until it works. You're not going to give up. That's why relationships are successful because those type of relationships didn't give up. You know what I mean? And then they're like, see, and we're not going to lose because they left the team. They didn't lead the team. They went to another area with that same mindset. Well, with this person, you got to win the championship, and that's why I respect people that be on their grind and they win championships. Don't matter. Like Michelle Obama said, the reporter tried to be funny and asked Miss Obama, what happened if you didn't meet Barack Hussein Obama? She's like, my husband to be president. That caught her off guard, and I was just clapping. I started jumping. Like, to me, that's when I cheer. Now you see everybody pump their fists, like, yeah. So I'm talking about. You get your little strength muscle together, and you just start flexing. That's what it made me do, because it showed the power within that woman. She said, my husband still would be a president. I was like, wow. So that can show her now what make her great. I'm gonna get to that. What make her great. So they brought along for the point guard that's heavy in this area. Let's bring another shooting guard that's stronger in another area. He gonna start because we're not even talking about the bench yet. He's starting with him. So that means this point guard. can shoot just as good and just as great as him. But the one thing he's going to cover is that opposite side. So now this point guard, he's fairly good at defense, but this guy, I can pick up the shooting guard and the best point guard if I gotta go. If our team got to go against them, but that's only two people. We got three more. So now there's like, we need that guard. We need that forward, the small forward. Now the small forward for most team, he picks up a lot. Now, what makes this team so great? They had a small forwards that fit into the team, but age and injury decided, okay, we need another small forward to continue our greatness. We need to bring in a guy, even if he's not that great at defense, we need him to just grab some rebounds and get some assists. He don't have to focus because we know when he put that ball up, because your small forward is the most all around player on most teams. He has to be the most. Similar to shooting guard. And then sometimes the power forward have to be the most all around player because that's where the bond, the works come in. The small forward is the structure of the team. It's built around a small forward. You may not see it, but he's going to take on most of the duty because when that shooting guarding, he's guarding farther up. He's more, they call that the perimeter. So in a relationship, you have a shooting guard, he's way up there guarding. So he's guarding in the front. So when the door is open, he's guarding up there. Who's guarding the living room? Who's guarding the middle of the floor? You got three guys left. Well, two. You got the power forward and the center. But what the team's going to do is going to provide centers and power forward. They're going to spread them out. So you need that small forward who's the middleman to have a lot to be able to cover and have a fully all around understanding of the whole team. So what they do is bring that guy in. Just that team works. This is why the team works. Now the power forward, and they're like, hold on. We got three firepowers. I don't need now at this position, however you work your positions, you can change them around because it's interchangeable. It's not set. But you still want to make sure your power point guard he still have a duty and a responsibility. So with his duty and responsibility, still got to be a point guard. He still got to be a shooting guard. He still got to be a small forward. Because then when you run plays, that's the position of them knowing playing that. So it's very good of them knowing how to play that position. And they practice that position. I'm not saying that small forward can't be a point guard or that shooting guard or that point guard can't be a small forward or act as, but their main position is still that point guard, small shooting guard, and small forward. So now you're on to the power forward. What do you need from him? You need rebound, toughness. Okay, we got that. So we got this rebound and toughness. So we got that guy to get them rebounds, get those steals, get those blocks. What we need from our center? Keep this paint locked in. We're a shooting team. We need to get these long rebounds. We're spread it out enough so we are capable of getting a lot of rebounds. And even if we're not, we can get crucial rebounds because we got that power forward and that all around small forward and that center that's when we are missing. And when we're on, you gotta worry about a rebound. But we need guys that's tall and big enough that can fill up those areas so we can get those rebounds. So all you need your center to do is get those rebounds. Get those rebounds. Don't worry about scoring. See how their team works. And if you don't understand, just Google power forward. Well, Google center, power forward, shooting guard, small forward, and point guard. Learn what their positions do. Just like now, we're gonna go to the relationship part. Now you know what the team works is for that championship team. But remember, out of 4 years, they was 3-1. But we learned what made it work for that team because they had all their pieces in place. Now the focus, they all was in. What was the word I was saying a lot? Got the focus. Now they are in position. They're playing their position and they're in position. So they're the most complete team out there. That's why they're NBA champion. They're not the best team. They're the most complete because they don't run every category. but they're covering what their team are capable of doing. Individual players are covering, they're doing their responsibility, they're being accountable, and that's their duty. That's why I say now, this is like an advice. Do not ever become a hater, jealous or envious person. Because what that show a lot of people, even me, you have no idea how to work within yourself. I don't care if a man make $38 an hour, $30 for one paycheck for only working a couple of days. We make 38,000 a year. You make 38 million. You make 30. I would never be jealous of him. I don't care about how the world capitalism is slavery. So what? But I'm not jealous or envious, and I'm not mad at him because I know there is resources, there's funding out there where I can just keep improving and bettering myself and have a good life, and then make a difference for the next generation. So one day, my daughter, her daughter, so she can be a thousandaire, she can be a millionaire. By the third generation, we can have billionaires. That's what's happening to a lot of families. It's wow, she's a billionaire at 20. No, her as a family, they are a bit. See, but we in a survival of the fittest world, so we only gonna use one person, which you got to give credit to her whole family because she to make it to a billion, she was just like a guy that made it to a million. He started off with a million. Now he's a millionaire. It's an ongoing process where he can become a billionaire. So now he have kids. Now their kids going to be receiving money and funds where they can become billionaires. They have that mind there. Now this is when grooming come in and at good guidance and then training, teaching, instructing, which is perfect now. Because if you don't, I don't want to control a person because I'm not going to do that. But if I'm going to say, oh, you want to be a business woman or a man? Let me train and groom you on a business. I don't use this is where I will separate my personal and business. Personal, you only pose the guide. That's my understanding of life. Your person, but your business, you got to train, teach, instruct, and keep showing and grooming for they can have that. Because if you don't do that, you won't have that. So a young man at 10 selling bow ties, somebody in his family is a good business person. He come from a business line of family because at 10 you don't have that mind on your own, or you will have parents that encourage that. So let's talk about that other team. Now you got the best player. Nobody stopping him one on one. Even that one team, he can literally compete with that one team by himself, which it was shown time and time each game. Not worried about winning the game. You telling me you got this guy that can, but he's so dominant all around. But we like to discredit that because of his only. Now let's say you that one person, and this is why I don't see nothing wrong with. Now I understand, which I was given revelation, why my African American women that make great money, that make the $38 an hour, be kind of hard to work with a man that make 15 or $12 an hour, because on her own, she's like, I'm keeping up with him on my own. So, and this is what they got to do. They're not settling. They got to like, if they really want what they never had, they got to go out and go different. So this individual player on Cleveland, he's the small forward. So that's perfect. And he can play, he can act as a power forward and sometimes a center because of his size and his height. He's perfect for that team, which that is rare to put that together. So anywhere this man can go, it's a team now. He's making the team work. Team works. That's what I'm speaking on. Team works because of him, and because of that point guard doing what he do. The team works. But the point guard is the star, but then that small forward is the star as well. That the Golden State team had two power forwards. They can interchange. They interchanging two guys that can one give you 30 with his eyes closed. One will give you 20 with his eyes halfway open because he understand the game. He's cutting and moving. The other one, like, I'm just gonna pull up on you and shoot to get the 30. I'm taller than you. I'm not as big as you, but I'm taller than you. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, okay. I'm 7 feet. You better check me hard. Be like, I'm not worried about you checking me higher. Why you crowding me, your best defender? And if you got 2 or 3 best defenders, we got 2 or 3 guys that can take you on. So the other team is under. It's now they have an advantage over the team because the way built their team, it wasn't construct. They don't have the best player in the world on their team or the best person in the National Basketball Association. So with those women, they don't have the best. We don't have the best because the best now. I'm not even gonna be. You're gonna be mad at me for this. The best are the ones that comes in first place. Remember, we are in eighth place. The first place is more of a Euro Caucasus descent. So who are they now as they become they gross a certain amount of income, guess who they're dating now? They only and this is very bad and this is horrible. And this I don't get mad. I had to learn how to understand. They're going to date out of their race. They no longer want to be with African American men because are still in the process of she make 38. Well, most likely another man that let's say she's one woman. There's 38 African American men out there that make $38 an hour or more as well. She live in Maryland, and let's say if we use 10, let's say 3 live in Washington, 2 live in New York. So now she's down. So the order of her to see those men and travel, and let's say there's one that live in Maryland where she's at, but he's married or he's unavailable. So and then now let's on her ready to receive, she's gonna have less opportunities to find love. And I'm not mad at that, but what aggravates is when you play stand and say, well, I cannot be the man for you based on now you're seeking love. Your income has nothing to do with love. So I'll leave it at that. So with this team, the Cleveland Cavaliers have this one man. And with this one man, he's able to provide with that point guard on the other team. The shooter guard can provide on the other team. The small forward, the power forward, the center. He can provide with it. But now you got to find a way with it and make this team work. What type of player? You don't need a point guard that now is about to be that uncomfortable, but it's conform. Because remember that statue was ugly. It don't even match the house. But you love her. So you want that person on your team. I don't accept that statue. I don't have no problem because the statue it provides emotional or mental support to that person, and I really want that person here. Now this was what's called being an adult. Now I use that now and say team works. I'm not gonna go and study it. I'm not gonna go along into the other team because the other team, the other guy is picking up, and all you doing is fitting in the pieces. Because remember, out of the 4 years, the Golden State Warriors won 3 championships. The other team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, in the 4 years won 1 championship. They met 4 years straight in the NBA, the National Basketball Association championship finals for the NBA for 4 straight years. Golden State, the more complete team, won. Not that they were so much better, because that guy by himself with a certain caliber of guys like he did the 1 year, even the first 2 years, he had his guys injured. They had injuries as well. But imagine if they all still played. We really don't know the outcome. And that's what make a team work. Now, I'm going to bring up in the team works injuries. So instead of saying injuries, the missing you're not in position. Now, the relationship working. We're together. You doing your duty. I'm doing my part. Boom. Like, what happened? What just happened? You both stop. Like, whoa. You don't stop because you're still moving forward. It just a quick screech on the brakes. You halt for a moment, but your wheel's still rolling. That's the ship. It's still rolling. It may not be at that same driving Miss Davy pace. You might be at that stop and go or that slow roll. Like, what happened? Life just hit you. We all talk about the team works, but no person ever really talks. I'm not talking about going out of your African American, go date a Russian. I'm not talking about that. Go date a Spaniard, or he got to be Puerto Rican. He got to be Chinese. I'm not talking about that. That's your personal life. I'm talking about the team works. What make the team work? So as in what make the team works, that's a Golden State Warrior is a race. You know where I'm getting at? African American people, they're a race. Cleveland Cavaliers is a race. Just Cleveland, we're not Golden State nor Cleveland. This year we was the worst team. Remember, we were losing the race. We're the Sacramento. It's the bad part, because this is so funny that I can use this analogy. They're the Sacramento Kings. Put some. I'm just laughing. Think about the name. We are in eighth place. We know how great we are, but we the Sacramento Kings. Sacra, the sacrifice, what we're giving up, the mental, the monument, how great we are, and we're kings and we're empresses. We just gonna say kings in the overall, because if you studied the word queen, I stopped using queen, because I'm a king and you're an empress. An empress is the empress. You ever see an empress tower? It's a point. A king tower, it goes up like this. The empress tower, it shapes and it has a point with a dotted. Boom. That's the period. The men, we have crosses and we call it bling. So the jewelry in it, or you monument ours with a point as well, but it's not the same type of point. It goes around in a circle. The circle. How far do we expand? And the woman's resembles the womb. It's open. It's in the public to see. It's the highest point with the highest peak, and it got a period. So it stops at her. To me, or whatever your belief is, to me, the woman was created first. They say did the chicken lay the egg first, or did the chicken come first? Well, we need a chicken to lay the egg. Now, like where the chicken came from. The chicken was created first to make sure that the egg can come out the womb. That's my analogy. You don't have to believe me. You can say that sounds funny. Well, I look at life. I cannot create life. I have a male vessel known as a penis. She has a vagina. She has a uterus, a womb. Her body goes through many different cycles that my body only go through on a minute level. It's so minute, we didn't even know that men had periods. Not the same type of period. We didn't know men have a menopause. We still learning the human body. That's why we call human, and I call them woman, like they're a womb woman. They're not one man. Woman. I didn't win her. We was both birthed here to procreate and to reproduce together. We came here in a matrimony and to bond. See, I'm not going to separate myself from her. We're not meant to separate because we cannot procreate, have more in the creation, and know the creation or the creator, and we cannot reproduce. There's no production, and there's no overtime doing it over and over again and again. Production if we're not together. So man and woman works together. So she's going to be the woman, and I'm going to be the man. That's my take. That's why I would use that. And you see my playlist on YouTube. That's why I wrote that. So now we work in teamworks. And if you need a more of an understanding of a concept of teamwork, think about now when you enter, now I'm going to go straight relationship. When you enter, first you know who you are because you start off as a singular, you're a plural. You're a singular individual. Inside, you are divided of who you are. So who I am is not who she's going to be. Who she be is not who she's going to be. So why are we setting restrictions on our love and our boundaries of what we're going to call love? Because they're individuals. I cannot say, people like, what you're looking for. And I literally say, I'm happy I didn't have 10 and 6 and 8, 9, 4 year relationships. My long relationship was a year. I'm happy I didn't have those. Because now at 35, I say, I know she different. But my overall I'm looking for is a kind woman, a caring woman, and a woman that's still a woman, a woman, a woman that still can be herself. And what I mean by herself, she don't, she know within herself. Well, if I want a man to love me, I cannot just, okay, I'm single, but if I want a man to come into my life or want a man into my life, I should have, I should make sure that I am available. Now I use the African American women because I'm going by, I know it's not all the truth in all areas, but I'm going by what I'm around. I'm going to use other ones later, but I'm going to use this one of why we want to say why our African American women believe there's not a lot of good black men for them, good African American men for them. They feel they have to do other things, other type of whatever you want to call it, to make sure they want a relationship and families. They don't believe that a man that she make 38 or she can make $2 million a year, she could be the man that make 80,000 a year and still have a great life with him. And if he make 80,000, 60,000, 50,000, she don't see a great life because she's using her income as her source, and it's what we're doing. It's our source of love. So in reality, even with that, she's never going to give her full love. He's never going to able to give. She's going to want him to give his full love when she's unable to, because she only going to receive, because he's going to be able to do, a man that make great money can get away with a lot. I hold myself accountable and responsible. My ability, I'm not able to get away because for one, I was raised and I was taught very different. Money, no money, and I can see the difference. The janitor, the guy on the street that really is homeless, that really having a hard time, because we forget some people have a hard time in a lot of areas and in life. I had a hard time in life at one moment. It was hard because no matter what I did not work. I was like, I did that. Why I'm not getting this? And it's almost then hatred could have formed. But then the creator was like, stop. The spirit was like, stop. Who are you? It's like, who are you? Not in like, who are you type of, who are you to get mad, or he ain't say that because that's not love. I would never tell a woman, oh, every woman go through that. No, every woman don't go through what you go through. Every man don't go through what I go. And I don't go through what every man go through. So to sit there to already know what you're doing with our African American women, and then with our African American men that do make a lot of money, that vice versa. When you go out, it's like you're giving up at the same time. But then this was when I be like, I don't know what you expected. It don't work out as they thought they was going to work out. You wanted the people to just give you. And you thought what they showed you, that life, see, and nobody defined. That's why I'm defining team works. Life is going to happen. Remember, you were born into an earth that was already on the earth. When you was born, earth didn't just start. It was already here. So you got to remember what your parents go through. It do kind of like trickles to you. If it rain and you got an umbrella, somebody standing under you, and you're not blocking all the rain off, it's going to hit that person below you, the child. That's the best example. And I try to be like very logical, even when I'm talking about spiritual life, because literally it's logic. If you telling me the creator is blessing you, how are you not able to bless another person? Because I don't use bless. I just use that for this purpose. You're not able to bless another person? Why are you so mad that they're coming? You are the. They're like, well, go to God. The woman told me if I get hurt for helping somebody else and I cannot use my arm while their limb's okay, even the person that attacked her, and my arm get cut off, broke, or this, I was born my whole life. She said I gotta go to God. So what are you for? That's what I'm saying. Logic. Well, I thought you was my helpmate. I thought we was gonna be here together for a very long time. I'm not gonna say forever because I don't know what happened after our natural life is over. I'm truthful. I don't know what happened, and I'm not trying to guess. Because nobody yet told us what happened. Not one person. Not one person on this living that lived on this place we call Earth told us what happened after we died. You know where we get all information? We all reading it from a book. And then let alone not one person ever told us how our creator looked. So I'm using that. And if you I'm not gonna anything else, I'm gonna put logic on it. Well, you gotta see it to believe it. I don't have to see it to believe it. And then most likely I'm just waiting on revelation, and revelation is gonna reveal it to me. So yes, I'm eventually gonna see it. So I can understand the concept of the women construct of African of why they believe, well, I'm not gonna find love unless he have this income. Well, you're not gonna find love because you're not looking for love. Same thing go men. You're not gonna find love because you're not looking for love. I'm not saying you're gonna be attracted. There's gonna. I'm not saying every person. Every person. I'm not saying no. Every man that make under 50,000 is the type of. But not if you line up like we did you line up 10 men. Half of those men under 50,000, you could be like, oh, okay. But if you saying you're not even gonna talk to one or see if that's the type of man for you, you just took away 10. Now that's another 10. And then who's saying the guys that make the same amount of money for you? So all you doing is listening and they telling you you're nothing because you're allowing nothing to enter. Say that again. They're telling you you are nothing. You're not part of us because you're allowing not part to come in. Remember how they say, if you have that, I'm going to use the little biblical, supposedly biblical, but it's a book. I can make this up and it can become true. But long as I'm working in me. You got a faith as a mustard seed. So that one part is that mustard seed. I make 50,000 and you make over 150,000. Where's your faith at? That's not faith. And you want a God-fearing man. No, you don't. Tell the truth. Like they say, tell the truth. Shame your devil. No, I don't want to. And then if you do want, make it specific. I want a God-fearing man that make over 150,000 a year. You gotta have the attributes. Literally say all you want. So that man that make 150, that make 50,000, somehow, some way, your creator gonna make a way to make sure he make 150,000, or he's gonna keep you're gonna encourage him, and he's gonna encourage you. Because just because you make 150,000, what if your job and his job in? Let's say he have all these skills. This is why team works. It's important. You're both working. You're both are. So I want to say that, and with been saying that, remember, have a focus. Everything you do, and remember also, your focus is your purpose, your mission, and position. Separate. Now, if you want to separate and divide, but bring them together eventually, and you do that in life, then you have your separation and divide of what? What do you think I'm about to say? When I'm using teamworks, what would you want to separate and divide? The only two things in life you would separate, divide in your whole life, and you would branch off. Think about it. In your life, what do we have to do? And then what are we trying to do with ourselves? Within yourself, you're being personal. That's the me, I, the you. And then you have to do in life your works is business. Keep your personal and business separated to get team works. A woman said, I'm gonna be dedicated to you. Just like a business. I was like, no, be dedicated to me like a person, like a woman or a woman or man, or I'm just gonna say it like we say it. Be dedicated like a woman would be dedicated to her husband when he's hurt, or when he was making the money in the family, the most money, and they cut his job. He had to move. He had to rely on his other skills. Be dedicated like that. But I'll say forget the dedication. Be loving. Be under. So if you loving, dedication and love going to come with that. You're going to be kind. You're going to be caring. That's what I'm looking for. And be grateful. Women would say, we got like in this era, man, like it's grateful when a man don't cheat. Well, I don't know how many men cheat, and I don't know what the other women, but I don't cheat. So if a woman say that's not all that matters, but every man, let's say every man she been with cheated on her, and I'm not a cheater, and she'll look me off, I was like, that's really not your problem. Then women, this now to me, women, this is selling. You know he's a player or a cheater, but since this is what was created, was fostered, breeded, BREED, and nurtured into the psyche of our people. You know he's a player. He's a womanizer. He's not very good with women, regardless of his experience. And he have lots of women. And you want marriage, a family, and children. And you talk to him. He said, I'm about my money. And right now I'm not ready for that. But maybe I will be ready in the future. No definite. And he's not even working on it at all. But then you would settle for that type of man. That's settling. He make 150,000 a year. You're settling. But now you're older, and I don't care. I'm sorry, women, and I pay attention. Y'all are not women. You are not okay being single, because that's the case. You wouldn't have a sex buddy. That's the case. You wouldn't have a whole bunch of male friends. Sorry, I'm blowing up your spots. So that's not the truth. You want companionship. You want a guy. Woman like, I just need a guy friend. I just want a guy friend. Well, I don't want a woman friend because I'm at the age of where I'm looking for a wife and to look married. Every woman I know is not going to be my wife and married. We may become friends. But I'm not looking at a woman that say, well, I don't want children, or I have children I don't want anymore. So even with I'm using real qualities and attributes, I'm really looking for in a woman for a family. Because anything else will not make the team work. The works is moving forward. That's not moving forward. That person is still enjoying what they're enjoying. How is that going to be better because you enter their life? They're not even working on it. But I'm working on, you make 150,000 to 300,000 a year, and I'm working on bettering myself. So what makes me not showing that I will be eligible or worthy? So with that team works, why wouldn't he be the best fit for that team? He's still working. He's getting better. Remember, you wasn't always the champion. The team you have now, and then the part I've been getting to into now. So you have to talk through that to get to this part. You was a team. Now you gotta learn how to work together. Now you figuring out, okay, you can give me 30. I'm having an off shooting night, but I might be the better shooter. But let me just throw him the ball a couple times. Because he getting 30 in his sleep. I'm not getting 30 in my sleep. I'm kind of working for my 30. I can get 30, but I'm working for it the whole game. He dropping 30, almost 30 points in one quarter. And that's not saying, that's why he need us too. And then we don't want to use that word, need. We need. There's needs and wants. When we go there, that's like core values of who you are. So remember, get in your position. Whether you the janitor, you the cook, You the manager, you the supervisor, you the person that's in charge over the other staff, that you're the residents, the people around you. You the CEO of a company, and you just got in, and you the nurse, the secretary, you the floor cleaner, you the carpet cleaner. Without you being in position, this team will not work. I don't use that cliche. It sounds silly because my dream is can be different from your dream. I want to win many championships as I can. So I want to make sure when I get that ring on your finger, we win it every year. You might be okay with I got a ring. Oh, I want to cool off a minute. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to remember, why are you cooling off? Now you got to know your purpose. And my mission was not just to have a family, because I know I wanted a family, because I know I want children. What am I doing so my children are here? I'm leaving the best of me to my child. So remember, it's your path, your journey, your choice. Choose wisely. You have a great day. Stay hydrated. I like everybody. I love everybody. I want to see everybody do good. Everybody, every person, every body, BODI. It's the vessel of. That's what body means. You're in the vessel spiritually. So be the best you can be. And shalom, peace be unto you. You're not missing. You're not broken. You're complete. You're put together. You are individual. You are unique. You are beautiful. Love yourself. Love thyself. Be okay with who you are until you get better. Till then, job, just till better. Just until you're better. JOB. That's all you're doing in life.